What's up, y'all? Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Sheila in the hills of Virginia, and today it really won't to, but I got to. I'm going to try to can some tomato juice. I'm doing it completely different. I won't say completely. I'm trying a new thing. So if it works, yay. If it don't, I don't know. But tomatoes have been coming in kind of at a crazy pace. At first we didn't think anything was going to be happening with them, and then all of a sudden, then we've got this one producing, this one not, this one way over yonder, maybe producing some. We don't really have enough tomatoes to do really anything with except for making Mater sandwiches out of. So we've been doing that. We've given a few here, a few there. But if you keep them thinking you're going to stock up, then they go bad. And then you got all these little fruit flies and everything, you know, and then they're just mushy, and then you got to throw them away anyway. So today, I'll show you. This morning, I got up and I said, I'm going to go down there and just see what I can salvage. And Mr.'s been wanting some tomato juice. Now, how this is going to turn out, I don't know. A lot of people go through the process of putting them in a hot water bath and putting them in cold water to take the peelings off. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use the entire tomato, of course cut out the core and any bad places, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. And cross your fingers, this is not a tutorial, but cross your fingers with Sheila today in the kitchen. We're going to see what we can do. I hope it's, and this, can't get the word out, I did have my coffee, success. Anyway, let me get started. I want to show you what I got this morning. I will tell you this, the bag got so heavy and I didn't finish getting the rest of them. Now some of them are still kind of on the green side, so I went ahead and just picked those when they looked like they were kind of turning a little bit red. It's just, I'm going to set those out on the table and hope those will turn in a few days. But I want to show you the tomatoes that I did get. I put it in this old like canvas bag. I don't even know if it's canvas or not. But anyway, whatever material it was, it didn't hold. So when I picked it up by the handles, but one side of the bag, both sides of it broke. Then I tried to pick it up. Well, then that ripped where my fingers were trying to pick it up. Anyway, I had to carry it like this to come up here, and I was out of breath by the time I got to the deck. I mean, it was heavy. I washed some that was already picked by Mr. We threw out in the yard, you know, the mushy ones. I brought them in here and I washed them twice, and I'll show you those because I want the peelings nice and clean. Well, I'll show you. So let me show you the bag of tomatoes, and then I'm going to put them in the wash and wash them, get them kind of as clean as possible, and then we'll go to the next step. Alright guys, these are tomatoes. Bougie wants, he's a ham. He wants to show off. But you can already see, so like fruit flies and stuff. Fruit flies, is that what they are? Them little itty bitty flies, pesty things. Yeah. And but I'm going to be taking those in. But I want to show you. See, the handles broke. Then where I tried to grab it, it broke. Look over, see, I tried to grab it over there, it broke. So I'm going to try to get these in. I'm going to put them in some water, wash them really good. And Bougie wants to say, hey Bougie, huh? He likes to show off. Yeah, he's a pretty boy. My son calls him Mustachio because it looks like he's got a mustache. Okay, you cannot go in. He's eyeballing the door. Nope, can't go in. Nope. Okay, I got to get busy. I got a lot to do. I just want to show you the ones I got out of the garden. I got 2 more plants down there, tomato plants. I need to take some tomatoes off of, but I want to get these nice and clean. You see, they look pretty dirty. Okay, well, let's go in and do the next step. Alright guys, here are the tomatoes that I got out of the bag. I just poured them all in a sink full of cold water, and you can see some of them are really green. That's okay. I'm still going to wash them, and I'm going to put them to the side. And you know how your grandmother used to do? She picked the tomatoes, and if they weren't ripe enough, she just put them in the windowsill. Well, I'm going to lay them out. Nah, probably in here. I'll lay them out and let them churn, and I'll get the more ripe ones. And as I wash them, I'm putting them over here. Then I will go through them again and make sure all the skins are nice and clean, because I am going to be using the skins. So let me go ahead and get these washed, and then we'll be back for the next step. My first load of tomatoes I've washed, and these are the really ripe and juicy ones here. I've gone ahead and washed them twice. I washed my tomatoes twice. Just wanted to make sure I get all the gras off of them. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to go ahead and now watch my knife not be strong enough. I'm going to cut them, and I'm going to cut the core pieces out of it. And I'm going to look, I don't like the little back piece either, but anyway, I'm going to go ahead and cut that up. And this is what I'm going to be doing, whoops, to all of my tomatoes. So I'm just going to kind of show you just a little bit. There's a little place on it. I cut it out. You go, well, Sheila, why are you cutting it again? Why aren't you putting it in the hot water than the cold water? Because I'm not doing it the traditional way that everybody else does it. I'm trying a new thing, and we'll see. Like I said, I didn't get too many tomatoes at the same time, so it was hard to try to trying to process tomatoes for, see, I'm getting ready to, I'm getting ready to do a tomato sandwich there. So anyway, you see what I'm doing and cutting these the core part out. I look at it, make sure there's no bad places on it. And this is what I'm going to be doing to the rest of these tomatoes. So I'm not going to bore you with that. Y'all can see basically what I'm doing. Then throw them over here into another pan. Pretty simple, huh? So far, and let's cross our fingers. Hope everything turns out okay, because this is the first time I'm doing this. Like I said, this is not a tutorial. This is just for my subscribers. Gosh, you know what? How come you hadn't videoed much? Well, I don't know. I guess, and everybody goes through this, you get kind of down in the dumps. And I just was feeling, you know, some of these people, they go, hey, welcome to my channel. And I wasn't feeling like that. And so I said, you know, and I'm sure everybody goes through that. I don't know. I'm cutting these little spots out because I don't like it. You know, sometimes you don't even know what it is. If you just woke up one morning, whoop, there's a bad place right there. You woke up, y'all was about to let me put that in the bowl, wasn't you? I need my sharper knife. Dog, all the juice is coming out now. Me trying to squeeze the tomato to get that thing. I don't know what I was saying. Oh. Sometimes, have you ever got up and it's just like you feel like, it's not a dream, but you feel like something just ain't right. Oh, y'all wanted that, didn't you? And you've got this, it's kind of disturbing in your spirit, but you just can't put your finger on it. Well, I've been doing that quite a bit lately. I don't, you know, all you can do is pray, right? And you pray whatever comes up in your spirit. God's wanting to move on that behalf, and He's just waiting for you to pray. Dispatch angels. Pray for Him, send ministering angels. And He, you know, He says He's given us the authority. So anyhow, but you know, saying all that, let's get back to the tomatoes. So I haven't been filming that much, or as I told y'all, I'll put y'all in the doggone my pocketbook backpack And doggone if I don't forget to take y'all out. And by the time I think about it, I'm about ready to come home. Anyway, we did a live. Look at that tomato. Pitiful, ain't it? We did a live Saturday. Today is Tuesday. And we did it outside for the first time. Now see, this has got a lot of bad places in it, but you know what? I don't want to throw away the whole tomato. You can see when I cut it, still got that little spot there. So guess what? I'm cutting that out. You cut it out, make sure you cut deep enough, get all that gras doux out. And there you go, look at it. Pretty. So, anyhow, what am I saying? Oh, Mr. thought that he heard something. He was thinking it was a bear, and I kept saying, y'all look behind me, see if y'all see any bears or something, let me know. Well, we talked to our neighbor down the road, or Mr. did, and he said he's got a, what's that, trail camera? He's got several of them out there, and he says that on his, now this is just a neighbor right there, he says that he's been seeing quite a few bears on his trail cam, and sometimes he'd see several bears at the same time on the trail cam. Then I was reading, you know, you get this news update, local news update on my phone, and it was talking about the abundance of black bears now that are up here. And for us to be careful driving. Said this is the most that they've had in over a decade. So it says if you hit one, don't go out there and try to help the doggone poor thing. I mean, you hate it because, you know, they're hurting, possibly. They're angry because they're hurting, you know, and scared. I mean, just a lot of things going on in that little bear's body and mind, and you don't want to get close to it. It says, you know, you want to call 911 and get them to come out. So anyway, I kind of want to tell you about the bears with that video that we did. And we do think that it was a bear because of the grunting noise that Mr. said that he heard. And and also we talked to our neighbor, and he said, like, you know, he has a cat or cats, can't remember, 1 or 2 or 3. See, there's a bad place right there. And he said that, like, if their cats get scared, like the night before, might be a bear, might be a bobcat, we've got coyotes up here, that the next day they're real skittish. I ain't gonna get rid of that juice. No can do. So anyway, he said that the cats are real skittish the next day. And we've noticed that day that we were filming Saturday, the next day, Sunday, the cats were very skittish. I mean, you make a little noise, they go, I mean, you know, they're just jumpy as can be. So we figure it's probably bears. It's just the bears been getting down to the dumpsters, the community dumpster. So anyway, I just kind of want to brief you on that about the bears if y'all live anywhere close up here. But let me get back to these maters. And I'm going to finish doing these. I don't want to bore you with it all. When I get finished, then we'll show you the next step that Sheila's going to do. Here's the next step. Now, you know, a lot of people, well, not a lot, people out there that they try to get the juice out and strain it and this and that. Well, I got to thinking, and I might be totally wrong on this. I mean, it might not even work, but we're going to give it a try anyway. I got my Vitamix. You know how they say you can put apples in there, the core, everything, cucumbers with skin on it, and you know, you turn on your Vitamix, and then it makes like a puree. I mean, you can't see any seeds, any skins, or anything. So I was going, instead of wasting all of this, and with the, now I did cut the cores out, but with the tomato seeds and stuff, I thought, let's give it a shot. What you think? So I'm getting ready to do it. So, we're gonna stick some maters in here. Well, these maters, let's see, that's the first batch here. I couldn't find my handy dandy little push down in the blender to make sure everything gets all chopped up. And I'll probably have to shake it and stuff. I do that. So see, I'm gonna put all these maters in here with the skins and the seeds, everything on it. It might be a little loud, guys, so anyway, make sure you got this down. I've got it where I didn't put this down all the way, and let me tell you, I had a mess flown everywhere. Okay, we're getting ready to turn it on. Let me turn it on high. I'm putting it all the way up. It goes all the way up to 10. I want to put it on 9 just to see. Now you know you can make soup in these things too. Not that I'm trying to sell a Vitamix, but I have made like carrot soup and stuff. Now I just want you to take a look at that. Can y'all see that? Well, let's pour it. I'm gonna pour it in this bowl. No, I'm gonna pour it in the pot because I gotta cook it. Well, I'm seeing the place I didn't get on that meter. Let's just see about pouring it too. Look. Is that cool or what? Instead of going through all those processes, this kind of cuts out a bunch, don't it? Look at there. Okay, so now, that's wonderful, guys. Oh, I know you can't see that. Next, I'm just so happy. We'll get through this before you know it. And we'll do it one more time, and then we'll be back after I get finished with them all. I still got some tomatoes over there. Gosh, this is wonderful. I'm really praying that it works, and if it does, hey, maybe you guys can do it. It's like, wow, what a blessing. Cut out some time. All right, here we go again. Hold up. Since I packed this last one in more, when you're doing this, I'm sure you can see, like I did, that there was still like little bitty pieces of tomato skin kind of floating around. So I went ahead and just let it last for, there's the second one. Let me tell you. Now, it looks kind of pink, but as you cook it, as time passes, it will get darker, and plus it just still depends on the tomatoes that you use. Okay, I'm going to finish this, and then we'll be back for step, was it 3? All right, this is so much fun. I'm just so proud of myself. Okay, guys, I've got everything chopped up and everything. So as you can see, it's in here. All of the skins and the seeds, everything is cut up. And look, all we've got is liquid. We've got is juice. So what I'm doing now is I'm leaving it on here until it comes to a boil. When it comes to a boil, I'll turn it off. It's time to put it in the jars. Then we'll put it in the canner. So I'm excited. I think this will cut out a lot of some of the processes, not a lot, but some of the processes. And we'll see once it comes out of the water bath, then we will see. It looks like it's wanting to boil now. So we'll just wait on that, and when that happens, I'm going to turn it off. Now I will say that in my water bath here, I've got a little bit of water in it, and I'm heating it up, because whatever you do, you don't want to put your hot jars, jars are going to be hot once I put this hot tomato juice in it. You don't want to put it in cold water because you don't want the jar to bust. So I've got this started. And can't wait. Gonna cross our fingers. Okay, here we go, guys. I just turned this off. I just got on low because I was waiting for Mr. to come back with the lemon juice. I didn't have any. We thought that we did, but our neighbor was very kind. So anyway, what we want to do is to put 2 tablespoons of, can y'all see, excuse me, 2 tablespoons in each jar of lemon juice because of the acidity. 1, 2. And I'll keep an eye on, make sure I don't put, well, I guess I can look in the bottom. Oops, up. That's going to be a little bit tart there, don't you think? Excuse me. Okay, that's done. Next, I'm going to put 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm using the pink Himalayan salt that it does not have the, it's not iodized, and I had it right there in front of my face. That it's not iodized. So we're going to do that. All right, we've got all the salt in the jars. I've got it 1, 2, 2, 4, 6, 7, because that's the only amount that my water bath will hold. So now what I'm going to do is to fill up, let me get this out of the way. Instead of a ladle, I just got this. So I'm going to start putting in the tomato juice. And if I use that ladle, I'd be ladling about 14 times, I think. I'm exaggerating, but this to me is a little bit easier. It's a little bit messier, but it's faster. And I'm going to leave about an inch space here to put it to the bottom of that rim right there. So got 1 down. Of course, I'm using my funnel, which makes it so much easier. You know what I thought about? I thought about, wonder if I had cut up some celery and onions also to put in the one. Ooh, what is that? I don't know what that was, but let's see. What I was saying is put in celery and onions. Wonder how that would turn out. I don't know. Okay, got 3 down, 4 to go, and might have to do maybe a pint or 2. I don't know. We'll see. It's using this so much easier just using this. Like I said, a little bit messier, but that's okay. Okay. And turn this off. I just left it on low after it came to a boil because I had to wait on Mr. to get back with the lemon juice. Yeah, I'm going to have more left over. I'll have to put that in another. I didn't even use the funnel this time. I'm pretty talented there, aren't I? Didn't make a mess either. How about that? Doesn't this look yummy? Alright, let me finish this. Then I'm going to put on the lids and the bands, and then we're going to put it in the water bath. Alright guys, got them all filled. So what I'm going to do is take a clean paper towel, and I've already, my jars were already sterilized, and before I even picked the jars, I wanted to make sure I just ran my finger around the top of all of them, just to make sure that there was no cracks or anything, because you want the rubber on the seal to adhere to the jar. Okay, now these jars are hot. So what I'm going to do, and did I put my lids in water? No, some people do. But I don't, because it's going to be in a water bath. Believe me, it's going to get hot. So I'm going to stick that on there. Now, some of these bands, I got to hold my mouth right, because like this one. No, I'm not using that one. I have to get rid of these ones. I got them on Amazon, and they ain't worth 2 cents. Have y'all had that problem? Now, here's an older one. Well, my goodness, I can't hold the jar. I need something. That's probably what the problem is. It's a jar. It's hot. All right, now let's see. There we go. Now what you want to do is only do them finger tight. That's all I did. Now the jar is hot, so I'm going to get my little thingamajig here. Oh, wrong side. Aren't y'all glad this ain't a tutorial? And then I'm going to stick it over here in the hot water. Hot jars in the hot water. You do not want cold water, because it'll bust your jars. Ooh. Like I said, just finger tight. Now, once I get these canning jars in here, my water bath only holds 7 quarts. I've got a little bit left over. I might have like a pint or something. And make sure when you get these lids, you don't have 2 of them. I have done that in the past. Finger tight. Once I get all the jars in here, I'm going to put a little bit of vinegar in my water so it keeps the jars clean on the outside, and because you don't want cloudy jars. Okay, let me finish this and then we'll be back. Okay guys, it's been 30 minutes. I turned the oven off, the stove off, and so I'm going to check it out. I'm going to take it out, see what it looks like. Okay guys, this is it. Had 8 quarts of tomato juice that I'm going to label, and then we'll put it down in our food storage shed. So I hope you enjoyed it. Hope y'all enjoyed it. I want to let you know, just right before I started filming this last part of the clip, Mr. called. Story is, he hit a deer. The deer bounded off into the woods, but he says his car, the right front bumper or something, is kind of messed up. So anyway, I'm waiting for him to get home. So just pray about that. I hope everything turns out all right with the car. But anyhow, I wanted to show you the last part, or the last step, when everything's done with my 8 quarts of tomato juice. I still have more tomatoes to go for another day. But anyway, remember that I love you, but Jesus loves you more. And what? You're blessed in the city, you're blessed in the field. You're blessed when you come, and you're blessed when you go. In Jesus' name. Until the next video, guys. Bye, y'all.